have Leo Laporte here. I wanted to have a very quick conversation with Leo, and then we move to Ignite, because I really want you guys to learn about what Leo is doing. Leo Laporte.
Hi.
How are you,
Hi,
Leo?
Loic.
This is going to be, a quick conversation. I really wanted to first honor your presence.
Thank you.
Because you are, would you like a gummy bear?
I would.
There.
No, because I have to talk. Over talking like this.
It's awesome to have you here. And so we're doing a first this year. We have a studio. Have you seen the studio there? Is it going well?
Yeah. So, you have 3 streams. You have 3 Ustream streams. First of all, I think that's great. By the way, I like your up.
Oh, yeah.
We both are wearing ups.
Oh,
yeah.
look at that.
It's like Wonder Woman's bracelets.
I forgot, was it Total Recall? There was this movie where they were in jail and they had one of those in the skin, and you get, if you escape. So
There's been a lot of movies with this idea. I don't know why I'm even wearing this now. It makes me scared. So what you do, which is great, is you let everybody attend LeWeb virtually, and yet it hasn't hurt ticket sales. So I think that's really fantastic. And you have 3 streams. One of the streams we're doing
is yours, yes.
Yeah. So
Tweet at LeWeb.
Tweet at LeWeb.
Tweet in Paris.
Tweet in Paris, we're calling
it. Yes.
And so what we've been doing is really piggybacking on you. So when somebody's great on stage, and there's so many good people.
There are great people here.
We grab them and we bring them over into the studio and
in the room too.
And interview them too. So it's a kind of a second way to see these people. And we've had so many good people.
Thank you, Leo. But tell me about your success. How many people watch or listen to one of your shows?
We have about 5 million uniques a month.
5 million.
Yeah. Well, you talk to somebody like Kevin Rose, and Dig had 32 million uniques a month. So it's still small compared to something like a big website. But what we do is we stream audio and video. It started as podcasts only. And it's kind of like blogging, where blogging kind of became a form of media instead of just kind of a hobby. Podcasting has kind of become that as well. And so we completed construction of a $1.5 million studio, and we do...
and you started in your kitchen?
Practically. It wasn't my kitchen, but it looked like it. It was just in a little garret
I'm so happy
studio.
I saw Tweet before.
Yeah, it was tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
now it's, it looks like this, basically.
Yeah, and I'm calling it, actually, what I'm calling it now is micro-broadcasting, or microcasting. So broadcast television has to reach, in the US, 20, 30, 50 million people for a show to be successful. Less than that, they'll cancel it. But there are many, many niche subjects like technology where a smaller audience can be very viable if you can keep production costs down, you can be very focused on your content, and you can find advertisers who want to reach that audience. And so I think we're kind of almost inventing this as a new medium. It's very niche, narrow casting, aimed at, in this case, serious technology enthusiasts. And advertisers are very happy. Now, we do a few things different from broadcast television. We only have 1 ad every half hour. We have a small group of fewer than a dozen advertisers. Companies like Ford, General Electric, a lot of web companies like Citrix and Audible. And these companies want to reach a tech enthusiast audience. Ford's a very good example. Ford's spent several $1 million with us over the last 2 years. And the reason is...
How much did you say?
Several million. So...
Wow.
Yeah. We did.
How do you quantify the audience? Because it's always a challenge for any new media, which is that you're not selling banners, you're not selling full-page ads, you're not like how do you can you measure the audience? You
can measure it in the same way you can measure banners and impressions, and we sell it by impressions. We charge $80 per 1,000 impressions, which is how broadcast media is sold generally, it's called CPM, cost per 1,000, and $80 is about 10 times more than traditional radio, but it's less than, say, in the heyday of PC Magazine, a full-page ad in PC Magazine, or a full-page ad in Fortune would be much more expensive. But it's fairly expensive, and a company like Ford, well, of course, they're interested in numbers, but it's more than just numbers for them. They're trying to reach a particular group of people, these tech enthusiasts. Because what Ford wanted to do, for instance, was to create a reputation as a 21st century car company that had state-of-the-art consumer electronics in its vehicles. So we focus on the consumer electronics in the vehicles. So they figured if we reach a tech enthusiast audience, and get them excited about the technology in Ford vehicles, they'll tell friends, and it will have a ripple effect. It will have a viral effect.
It does. So that's why Renault is here too. Did you see their presence here? You can try one of those electric cars.
These car companies have gotten very smart. In fact, all companies now, if they're going to survive, have to get smart about using targeted advertising instead of just smaller number of people, but influencers, important people. And that benefits us because as a narrowcasting audience, we do know, not only do we know exactly how many people are listening because we can count that, we also know a lot about them because of the kind of programming we're doing. And I like it because it means that we can really serve that audience. I don't have to broaden, I don't have to explain what the web is or what packets are. We know that audience is sophisticated, so I don't have to broaden my programming to reach a broad audience. I can talk to them directly in a way that makes sense to them, using the language that they understand authentically. We can super serve an audience. And the advertisers like it, and the audience likes it.
Yeah, the audience loves it. How many shows do you have? Because people know you for TWiT, and if you don't listen to TWiT, this is a stupid
TWiT is
question,
the biggest one.
Everyone is listening.
It's This Week in Tech, and that's the biggest one. It's a weekly news roundtable.
How about the other ones? Yeah,
we do Windows Weekly, Security Now, Mac Break Weekly, iPod Today. We do a daily news show called Tech News Today. We have a total of, I don't know, 24 shows. I do about 10 of them a week, and then we have other hosts.
You do 10 yourself?
Yeah.
So this is even more crazy because how can you, you can't even travel, you have to be here, you have to be there.
Well, one of the reasons I can be here is because we're doing this stuff from your stage. I mean, that's kind of the tit for tat. When I go somewhere, we're going to do the Consumer Electronics Show in January.
So you're taking the live and you put it on?
We take our studio and we take it live and we broadcast it. So we'll be at CES in January. We have a Sky booth. And the thing is, it's interesting. CES is a good example of mainstream media covers it. The big television networks in the US cover it. There's a lot of media presence there. But they cover it in a very general way. We cover it for enthusiasts. And so we're very much more hardcore.
Totally different.
And so if you really care about technology, you don't care what CBS does. You don't care what, well, you might care what Cedric Engrand does. You might care what TC1 does. Or TCI. But you want to watch somebody who knows what they're talking about. And so we reach a much smaller audience, but it's a good audience. Of course. It's an audience I understand. And so I think this is the future, and it's not just going to be technology. It's technology first because technology enthusiasts know how to watch. But soon it will be golf and knitting and pets and everything else.
Are you going to launch that?
No. I have no interest. Shina Ibu or whatever.
You only do technology?
Yeah, because I understand that audience. I can serve that audience. I don't want to serve an audience I don't know really, really well.
Right.
Because then I speak with authority and authenticity. And so if you're going to do a golfing channel, you better be very serious about golf. But if you are, because internet tech distribution and inexpensive television, you're using state-of-the-art, very, very expensive cameras here, really beautiful production. We use $1,000 camcorders.
Oh, come on.
Cheap. No, seriously.
I've been to your place.
No, those are $1,000, $1,500 Canon camcorders.
They're very impressive. We rent those, though.
Yeah, we own ours. And we have 30 of them, so that's a little bit different. But, I mean, we spend a lot of money, but relatively compared to a professional production, much, much less. So we keep you have to keep the cost down. The cost per hour is about $1,000 an hour. That's 1,000th what it costs
to do
for a network television.
Of course, and your advertisers are starting to become interested in international too, because your audience is very international.
30% of our audience is outside the U.S.
Is that increasing?
Oh, absolutely. Because if you're a tech enthusiast in, say, Asia, you want to know what's going on in the U.S. You want to see the latest stuff. And we also, one of the reasons we're here, we want to have a more international audience. Now, that's interesting because advertising traditionally is at best national. Usually an advertiser, the agency is Ford U.S., the money is Ford U.S., even though they sell Fords everywhere in the world, they're not paying for it. Nevertheless, we started to teach companies that it's a global buy is an okay thing, and they're starting to get it. So almost all of our companies pay for the full audience, not just the 70% that's US.
That's fascinating.
That's very important for us.
Where is, last question, Leo, as we're running out of time. Where are you going? Where do you think TWiT will be in 5 10? By the way, you've not raised funding. You've done all that.
No, it's all bootstrapped. Yeah,
when you go there, it doesn't look like bootstrap anymore.
Well, it is because we only went as far as the audience would support it and as the advertisers support it. I want to be a 24-hour technology station that you can tune in anytime to see what's going on. Content much like this all the time.
Wow.
So the most important, most interesting people and ideas in technology, and you tune in. It's TWiT.tv, and anytime you tune in, there's something good going on. Like this is on right now on TWiT TV.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
And there is something good going on TWiT TV.
There's something excellent right now. This Loic Le Meur guy, he's amazing.
No, you're doing the talk tonight. It's actually pretty good that you're doing it.
Poor Loic, he is so tired.
No,
he's living on gummy bears.
I'm getting that that energy. Leo, I'm so glad you're here. We have to talk about how we make it even better for you next year.
Oh, it's great to be here. I love LeWeb. I mean, any chance to come to Paris, of course, is great. But this is, this is my second time, and it's noticeably better this time. It's been better every year. Not just bigger, but becoming more and more important. This has become a conference that people make announcements at, that come to find out what's going on. It is a conference of global stature, so you've done a very, very good job.
Thank you. There has been a lot of news indeed.
It is. It's great, isn't it?
Great. Well, we have another day, and Leo, you too.
Okay.
So good luck on the studio. You should go and meet Leo in the studio
Yeah,
tomorrow.
please come over. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thank you.